Hello, everyone. I would like to do a little video to talk about the general education requirements at Stout that may be a little confusing. So I have this analogy that will hopefully help a little bit. So on the left-hand side, we have our 40 credits of general education, and we have art materials that are used in representing these requirements. So the communication English is not on here because that is already prescribed for you, that you take English 101, English 102, and the communication studies class for 9 credits. The other areas, you have some choices. So in analytic reasoning and natural studies, you have 10 credits that you need to take. In that area, you have to take a math or stat class, which are usually 2 or 3 credits. And then you have to take a science class with a lab, which is 4 credits. And then you have a choice of what else you can take. You can take another math class, you could take a stats class, you could take another science class, as long as everything together equals 10, and you have taken a math, a stat, and a science class with a lab, and then you have a choice of the other. For our arts and humanities, and we have paint representing that, we have paint representing our analytic reasoning and natural sciences. In our arts and humanities, we have some colored pencils. So in that area, you have to have a silver colored pencil, and that is representing your art history 223. And that is in that category. For the other colored pencil, you can choose what you want for that: literature, philosophy, music, some other things. In our social behavior sciences, we have markers, and you are free to choose whatever marker you want in there, as long as it's under the social behavior sciences category on the Gen Ed list. And then in cross-disciplinary issues, we have some Vine charcoal. And in that area, we have DES 150, the Sustainable Design class. And Vine charcoal is kind of vine charcoal, same. So we got to take that, right? That's a requirement. And then in our social responsibilities, ethical reasoning, we have some pastel, and you can get whatever color pastel you want. And then in our Gen Ed selection, we have a micron marker pen, and they come in various colors, and you can get whatever color you want for that micron pen, as long as it's on the Gen Ed list. While you are choosing the different colors of these different art tools or art mediums, you need to get 6 credits of a red and a pink. You could get 2 reds if you want to, but you definitely have to have 1 red and 1 pink. So maybe our social responsibility, ethical reasoning pastel is red, and then our Gen Ed selective micron pen is pink. Or maybe a social behavior science is red, and then our other humanities colored pencil is red. Something like that, as long as it's on the general education list. And then we have some blue that we have to get. We have 3 credits of blue already in our major requirements for our art history 333, history of interiors. So that's already blue. So we don't really need to worry about 6 credits of Gen Ed global perspectives blue. We really only need to worry about 3. So while we're choosing that colored pencil for humanities or the pastel for our social responsibility and ethical reasoning. We just need to make sure one of these things are blue. Sometimes we can kill two birds with one stone, and maybe our marker is half red and half blue. And so it takes care of both of those for us. Or maybe our pastel is a combination of pink and blue. And so it takes care of both of those for us. But as long as you're choosing these red and pink and blue things that are on our list of Gen Ed requirements, sometimes in a Res A or a Res B category, there might be some printmaking ink that's red. We don't need printmaking ink because it's not on our Gen Ed list, right? Maybe business needs that printmaking ink, or maybe philosophy or psychology needs that printmaking ink. Interior design doesn't need the printmaking ink. So we need to make sure that we're getting paint or pastel or marker or micron pen or colored pencil when it comes to the red and the pink and the blue, okay? So making sure that you're choosing these 40 credits that are on the general education list, and then making sure that we have a red and a pink or two reds, and then at least one blue while we are choosing these things. Hopefully that helps you understand these a little bit better. Always making sure that we're looking at that Gen Ed list and that what we're choosing is on that list, and that we are hitting the color requirements that we need while we're choosing those 40 credits, so we don't end up paying for credits that we don't need. So if you're choosing all of your 40 credits of Gen Ed and everything is yellow and purple and green, you're going to have to take more credits than you actually need to hit the red and the pink and the blue. So purple and yellow and green are great, but you've got to get in the red and the pink and the blue. Okay, thank you. I hope that helps.